Hey there Seekers, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot and to your weekly intuitive tarot reading. Just before we jump in, I want to say that last week was really epic for me. I reached a huge milestone because I launched the initiation, and that is my 4-week immersive Learn Tarot journey, and you can see a little bit of a demo of it right here. So it's been amazing to see some of you guys jump in and learn tarot with me. I'm so grateful for that. Don't forget that there is a special price through to the end of August if you want to take advantage of that. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram and on TikTok, guys. Those links are also down there, including the link to my website should you want to arrange a personal reading or healing for yourself. I am available for those and would love to read for you. So I am wishing you so much love and magic for the week ahead. Let's get over to your reading now. Leo, this is your weekly intuitive reading for August 30th through to September the 5th. Leo, I hope you're doing really well. Let's see what may be on the cards for you. Getting started with the Workular Oracle, I'll then head to the Moonchild Tarot for lead tarot energy, and I'll be using the Rider-Waite and the Starchild Tarot card deck for your tarot positions. Let's get one more. There we go. Okay, first one out was the ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Yeah, I mean, we all go through difficult situations, pain, things that hurt us in our lives. And we've got to remember that these things are actually happening for your growth, for the evolution of your soul. And they are happening for you, not to you. So when you are feeling vulnerable, know that there may be an important lesson in that for you. And it's important to actually feel all of those feelings and not suppress them. Maybe you need to align your life more at the moment. What is not aligned or needs to change? Now, alignment means choosing things in your life, whether it's partners, romantic or business or friendships or your job or a place that feels right for you, that makes you feel good, that you feel like you're really in flow of getting opportunities and all of those kinds of things. When we're not in alignment, life can feel sometimes stuck or stagnant, or that we're having a really big run of bad luck. And I'm not talking about just a few bad things happening. Like, we all go through challenges, but when it's just not working and you feel like you're pushing in the wrong direction or against the grain, that can mean that it's time for you to make some changes to align things to your purpose. Sometimes we can try and choose something, but it might not be choosing us. Okay, Leo, let's get your overarching tarot energy. Straight out, what have we got? Shadow work. Okay. All right, guys. So the concept of shadow work is that, we all have shades of light and dark within us, and the shadow is the parts that we may have suppressed or we don't want to look at because they hold some kind of darkness. Now, in that shadow can be the patterns that we run that are not healthy for us, or our partnerships and things like that, things that we might actually project onto others, things that we don't own about ourselves, might be something that we judge ourselves through conditioning and that kind of thing. So it says it's time for you to look a bit deeper within yourself. The shadow work really needs to be healed, right? It needs to be acknowledged and healed so that we can move through it. And that could be why you're feeling this misalignment, because you might be ignoring something within yourself. Your subconscious might be wanting to go in a different direction or choose something else, but you are, really, really trying to go with another script here. So for example, your soul might want to be, a tarot reader or a healer or something like that. Maybe, you grew up in a family where that wasn't accepted, or was it laughed at or whatever. So you've kind of suppressed that side of you and you've tried to go off and be an accountant or something like that. And there comes a point in your life where that is going to bubble up and come for you because it's meant for you. So, that's the kind of thing that we can encounter, and then becoming an accountant becomes really hard. We just can't connect with it. It's hard to get motivated to go to work because the soul is choosing something else. You could say the same about your relationship. Just replace that with a different type of person in that scenario. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here for you. Well, let's go to the tarot, bringing in the energy of the recent past, Leo. Energies leaving, completing, or transitioning, if this is your reading. That is so pivotal, that card, because that is my card of being out of universal flow, guys. That's my personal reading of the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's time for you to come back into power. That is your minor arcana, Leo. It's time for you to make good choices for yourself. Page of Cups. And that choice is going to be something a little different from what you're doing now or who you're seeing now. Because it's judgment time, Leo. Cards are perfect. The cards are in alignment with you. The Sun, Leo, that is your major arcana. You've got both of your cards here. And this is about turning the corner into brighter times and shining the light on those dark corners to get out of Five of Wands. This conflict that you're really feeling within yourself. The Star. I love that, guys. I love that. It's time to get back in alignment with your true destiny here. Five of Swords, my goodness, yeah. Things are not working at the moment. Seven of Wands again. Wow, you can't make this up, guys. Can't make this up. Temperance at the bottom of the deck. Okay, you are strongly being called and guided, Leo, in a different direction than where you are now. Why? Because where you are now is just not working for you. So this is your reading. If you feel like you are going against the grain, swimming against the current, or pushing, you know what, uphill. The Seven of Wands for me is that feeling of constantly being challenged, constantly having to fight for everything, fight to get ahead. You know, you have to fight to stay in this job, fight to stay in this relationship, and it's taking all of my energetic resources to do so. And then on top of that, I feel like I need to defend myself within this situation. I do everything I can, and my boss or manager keeps coming at me. I just don't get a break. I'm putting the effort and energy into this partnership, and my partner just keeps attacking me. I'm walking on eggshells. It's that kind of energy, guys. So it's really time to kind of bring this change in and this work of alignment, because this for me is the energy of fight, flight, or freeze, you know, and that's no way to live when that central nervous system is always on alert, always on guard, and you can never just relax and enjoy yourself. So that's what I'm sensing here, guys, for you. And I'm going to bring in Judgment now. I feel like this is the tipping point. It is enough, like you're actually reaching that point where you can't take it anymore. So Judgment is that divine intervention, that wake-up call, that guidance that you've heard that says, you know what, it is time to liberate yourself, Leo. You're not free within this situation because your soul isn't choosing it. Your soul isn't choosing it. And look where it's gotten you. Into these confined, constricted, small, dark space in your life. There is a sense of you maybe playing small, limiting yourself in some ways, or just ending up like, you know, feeling into that depression or anxiety. I always say it's the devil energy in these boxes. It could be codependency. It could be that you're needing to use a lot of coping mechanisms to stay in the situation. That would be like, you know, the crutches, right, that we fall into, like drinking alcohol, escapism, you know, gaming, over-exercising, whatever it is that just allows you to get through another day in this situation. But the Judgment energy says it is time for you to assess, you know, this is the last call. Are you going around for another cycle? And if you do, you're going to get more of the same, right? This is going to be your reality. We don't get a different result in life unless we actually implement meaningful change, guys. That is, you know, 9 times out of 10 going to be the case. Judgment asks you to question whether it's time to close the cycle on this and really usher in the new. And that is the way to get to that sense of freedom, to get to that sense of liberation. And yes, there is true vulnerability here, right? You're feeling cracked open, and you might be feeling like, oh, why is this happening to me again? Because this could be a pattern that you've played out, because you've tried to choose it from your conditioning, from what your parents have said, to keep everyone happy, to be seen the right way in society. but your soul is trying to choose something else, right? So this is actually happening for you, not to you, because it's happening to shift you, Leo. Happening to shift you. The Five of Wands and Five of Swords, you have a lot of challenge energy here, Leo, and these ones in particular, like the Five of Wands for me in this reading, is the energetic drain, energetic burden that the situation is putting on you. It's about the fact that, you know, there is maybe quarreling, squabbling, like pettiness, like niggling, nagging, that kind of feeling that it's just like every time you try and connect with a situational person, like it just chips away at you. So this is just a really tense energy to be in. The Five of Swords is a little bit more escalated than that. It's actually when the knives come out, right? When we actually like say really harsh words and be quite cruel to each other, it can be. But the other message of the Five of Swords is that, you know, we are fighting a losing battle by fighting for this. And sometimes we just need to know when to pull out our energy and walk away and retreat, because generally there isn't, you know, a win-win situation with these energies. Now, I notice that they're both number fives, guys, and 5 is that number bang in the middle between the 1 and the 10. And that means it's a point of change. It is a turning point. So the decisions that you make now, Leo, will determine the 10 that you arrive at, right? The end result. Now, if we are going along this track, we're going to get to the 10 of Wands or the 10 of Swords. Now, if you know about those cards, the 10 of Wands is burnout, like carrying a heavy load, weighed down, overwhelmed, heaviness. And the the 10 of Swords can be a really painful, bitter ending because we carried it on until it escalated so much, or we carried it on so much that somebody might have, you know, gone and betrayed us in the relationship because we were just trying to stay in there for the wrong reasons. So that's my analysis of that, is that, yeah, we need to really make the change now to arrive at a better place. And you are the King of Wands, Leo, and one of your key skills is actually this energy of vision and discernment. And what that means is that you are generally able to see, you know, what is a good direction to go in. So because you have that skill, but you've ended up in this situation, I know that it's external influences that are having you stay here, and I feel like it's the perception of your family, your others, or like I said, you know, I'm an accountant, I'm a lawyer, you know, I'm not just one of those flaky tarot readers. Look at me, I've got this status in the world and I'm doing well. But if your soul is calling you somewhere else and you're unhappy and you're miserable and you're fighting a battle every day, then I ask you, Leo, what are you doing? The same in a relationship. You might have tried to choose a person that, you know, that your family agrees of, that matches your like spiritual, cultural, religious views, or something like that, but you just don't have anything in common. You don't click, or you don't have chemistry. You know, there's like, we can't try and align something that just isn't lined up for us. So to come into power, Leo, it's time for you to take a look at the situation and use that vision and discernment to make a good choice for yourself that's going to bring you into power, that's going to bring you back here. To Temperance, yeah, I really feel like this is the inner guidance. What I see in this card here, guys, is, you know, we're choosing between two different options here, and you're being asked to choose the one that's going to bring you the most emotional fulfillment and happiness. This is a time for you to come into a greater sense of stability, mentally, emotionally, and physically. There could be some healing here, and, you know, it's that process of doing the shadow work and actually shining light on this and accepting that you're in the situation and that maybe it's a part of your shadow that has led you here. Healing that is going to really open up a new path here for you and guide you forward, and that's what all of these cards are about, Leo. Because in your outcome, we've got the Sun, the Page of Cups, and the Star. Wow, I mean, this is incredible energy. I'm most interested in the Page of Cups for you, Leo, because this is your surprise. Didn't see yourself doing this in your life, did you? Like, like me, becoming a tarot reader on YouTube, my background's pretty different from this, but I always knew I had it within me, okay? Same for you. You've got something in you that has been burning away, and as you do this work of alignment, it's going to come for you. And yeah, there might be an element of surprise or out of the blue about it, but if you kind of searched in yourself, the star, I mean, you know that this was part of your destiny, and maybe deep down, you'd kind of hoped, dreamed, and wished that later on in your life that you would meet this kind of person, or, you know, do this kind of work, or move to this kind of place. It might be something like an alternative community that you've wanted to live in. It might be that you actually really love like the kind of like more artsy, creative types, and you know, you'd like to have a relationship with them, but in your mind it said, oh, but they can't provide for me, you know, that kind of scenario. In our work, the Page of Cups represents something quirky, different, creative, fun. My goodness, choosing work that brings us joy before what brings us money, you know, doing the tarot reading, doing the healing, becoming having an Etsy store, using your creative abilities, becoming an interior designer. All of those things are the Page of Cups. So don't be surprised if you end up on this path, but of course you will need to take conscious action, right? It's choosing you, but you need to choose it back. That's what I'm seeing here. These cards here say that this would be a very positive direction for you. The sun is this expression of shining the light on your dark corners, Leo. It's like when you expose that pattern, that shadow within yourself, everything's going to change, because you're going to make different choices, and through those choices you're going to align your life. You're overcoming a total obstacle here that is going to have you go through a rebirth. These are both cards of rebirth, and the star has this quality about divine wish fulfillment. What has been deep in your soul and deep in your heart finally becoming a reality in your life. But yes, there is healing and vulnerability here. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to fall in your lap, but I feel like this is the journey that you are on. If this is your reading, and the sun says that the future is very bright ahead if you follow that path. And, you know, if you love the person you want to love, if you do the work that brings you joy, then generally the abundance and all the other life areas click into place, right? Because we're not fighting the battle. We don't have energy blocks. We're not running an energy of challenge, of negativity, of, you know, feeling like the victim or hardship. When we're in that energy in our lives, we're going to attract more of the same across our life areas. So, you know, start clicking the pieces into place, Leo, and then everything will follow. And there's definitely going to be joy here, and a much lighter, more vibrant energy with that Page of Cups. Leo, that's it. That's what I've got for you. I hope you loved this. I really did. Drop me a comment if you're called to share it. It's a general reading, guys. It's impossible for it to resonate for all of you. Do keep that in mind. I will be back here bringing you another reading next week. So until then, do take care. Bye for now.